Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that came out in USA Today. Babysitter dressed dead infant that she killed, gave him back to his mother, and went swimming, police said. Unbelievable. Wow. That is some rotten ass shit. A Wisconsin babysitter charged with killing a 2-month-old boy in her care tried to hide the infant's death from his mother and then went swimming at a Wausau hotel with her boyfriend and son, police say. She dressed the baby in winter clothes and strapped him in a car seat, pretending he was alive during a trip to McDonald's and continuing to the roost when she gave the boy back to his mom, court documents say. Marissa Tysort, 28, of Wausau, was charged Friday with first-degree intentional homicide in the baby's death. Family and friends of the 2-month-old boy filled the benches of a Marathon County, Wisconsin courtroom wearing Justice for Benson t-shirts featuring a photo of the infant. Judge Jill Falstad issued a $500,000 cash bond and ordered that Tysort not have any contact with children under 18 or contact the victim's immediate family. Tysort has been in jail since October on a $250 cash bond in a separate child abuse case. So she just got a background in just doing all kinds of nasty things to children. If she is able to post bond, Tysort is not allowed to leave Marathon County, the judge ruled. According to a criminal complaint, Tysort knew the child had died while in her care, but did not tell the baby's mother when she came to pick up her son. An autopsy showed the baby died from blunt force trauma to his head, the complaint said. So she had a history of child abuse, and I guess this woman must not have checked her out enough, and she let her watch her 2-month-old son. Wow. The 2-month-old boy's mother dropped off the baby and his older brother at Tysort's home on North 6th Street in Wausau in the afternoon of October 18th. The infant was awake, and Tysort was the only adult at the house when the victim's mother left her children there, according to the complaint. About 2 hours later, the baby's mom got a text from Tysort letting her know that there was a story about herself on a local news outlet website, saying she had been charged with child abuse. Tysort told the mother she was not allowed to be in contact with children and not to tell anyone she was watching her 2 sons. The mother came and picked up her sons about 3 hours later, according to the complaint. When the victim's mother came to pick up her infant and older son, the infant was seated in his car seat wearing a snowsuit with a hat pulled down over his eyes, and the mother told police she believed her son was sleeping, as it was past 9 p.m., according to the complaint. The victim's mother then brought her children to Northway Coin Laundry on West 3rd Street in Wausau, where she discovered her infant son was not breathing, cold to the touch, and had stiff limbs. The mother immediately started doing CPR on her son. Well, it was probably way too late for that, while the mother's sister called 911. When officers from the Wausau Police Department arrived on the scene around 9:45, the officers observed the infant had Ashen skin tone, his jaw was clenched, and his lips were blue, according to the complaint. Wow. Yeah, he was probably dead for hours before she picked him up. Police found Tide Sword at the Plaza Hotel in Wausau at 4:15 a.m. on October 19th. She admitted that she had been watching the infant and his brother the day before and that the infant had died while she was watching him, according to the complaint. Tide Sword told police she did not kill the infant, but did not make any efforts to resuscitate him or get him medical help. Again, it goes back to what I was saying. Why don't y'all call the police when it's appropriate to call? Like in this case, an infant that's not responding, not breathing, and you clearly can see something's wrong. You don't call anybody. You don't call paramedics. You don't call police. You do nothing. But some person just standing around doing nothing, you're on the phone with the cops. Woo, let me know when you start making some sense. After realizing the baby died, she dressed him in the snowsuit hat, covered him with blankets, and put him in his car seat. When Tidesort boyfriend arrived home around 6:30 p.m., she did not tell him the infant had died. Tidesort, her boyfriend, and two children then went to eat at McDonald's. Tidesort brought the dead baby with them. The complaint states, autopsy determined the 2-month-old boy died of blunt force, and he had a head injury. So they know how he died, and multiple impacts to the head. According to the complaint, the infant had at least 3 separate injuries to his head. Oh, so she just kept clobbering that baby in the head over and over, which all occurred around the time of his death, according to forensic pathologist Robert Corliss. The boy also had significant injuries to his tailbone, which Corliss said was fractured, broken off, and displaced, indicating a significant amount of force was used. After the 2-month-old death, Tidesort was arrested on a child abuse charge from an incident that happened in August. So she just want to beat up and bully on babies. According to court documents, the father of an 11-month-old girl told police that he believed Tidesort injured his child while she was babysitting her. So y'all just hired this monster to babysit your children. And just from what I'm hearing, nobody checked out this girl to make sure she was on the up and up at all for the very obvious reasons. Tidesort and the girl's parents that the girl had fallen off the couch. So she made up some alibi about this 11-month-old being abused, that she fell off of the couch while she was sleeping, resulting in injuries to the face. No, bitch, you hit that baby. However, doctors told parents that the injuries, though superficial, were not consistent with a fall from that height, court documents said. In 2017, an infant was taken to the hospital with a bruised face and skull fracture. Tidesort told investigators that the infant's older sister had tried to take a bottle away from Tidesort while she fed him. She told police the bottle struck the infant, which caused the injury, according to court documents. She was never charged in that incident. See, there was one as far back as a year, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is privileges. She got to abuse a baby, blame the sibling of the baby, and they dropped all the charges. Courts never charged her with something she should have been charged with. So she has a long history of child abuse, but because of the way this system is set up and who she is, she got away with that shit. If they would have took a strong stand against her abusing a child in 2017, The 11-month-old would never have been injured, and the 2-month-old wouldn't be dead today. But see, this is the end result of letting her go for something she clearly should have been punished for. So the fact that they let her go for this child abuse in 2017, that didn't show up on the records, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they get away with looking like they're not committing a crime when they're actually committing crimes. In 2010, Tight Sword's boyfriend filed for temporary restraining orders after he told investigators she was abusing their 2 sons. My goodness, she just got nothing but child abuse in her whole background. Records show social services workers have removed 4 of Tight Sword's children from her care and were unaware that she had given birth to her 5th child. Tight Sword is now in the Marathon County Jail and pregnant with her 6th child. Tight Sword is scheduled to be back in court at 1 p.m. on January 18th. See how she just keep pumping out these babies, abusing these babies, and she's gotten away with so much up until now. Wow. This is a tragedy. And it's a tragedy because you have this monster that abuses children and the system just conveniently ignored it. They failed. They failed. And they did not keep children away from this stupid bitch that don't deserve children, any kind of child being around her. Okay, so there is a record on her abusing her own kids as far back as 2010 and killing and injuring other people's children all the way up until the time she was arrested. Like I said, nobody bothered to look at her background. And not to mention the courts glossed over things that should not have been glossed over. Boy, tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.